Hello, I'm Chris Beadle with Beadle Security. Welcome to our vCISO questions and answered series, where I'll discuss our frequently asked questions around the concept of the virtual Chief Information Security Officer. Today, we're going to talk about the various forms of a virtual CISO and what the costs are of a virtual CISO. So the first question is, what are the different forms of a virtual Chief Information Security Officer? And really, I want to break it down into kind of two components. The first being the difference between what I call a contract employee and a virtual, or really more of a CISO as a service. A contract employee is typically an individual that's going to approach an organization and operate in a more of a contracted hourly basis. So many hours a day, so many hours a week, so many hours a month, so many hours a year, whatever that might be. And the work that gets done inside of that is really the deliverable. So the deliverable is more or less the hours that are spent. A CISO as a service is more structured around the process, the framework, the deliverables. It's bringing the information security program to the table and delivering on those pieces regardless of the time involved. And so there's a little bit of a distinction there, and there are pros and cons to both. But you need to think about that if you're looking at the idea of a virtual CISO. From there are kind of some various forms that can fall into either of those two buckets. So full virtual CISO, meaning handling the responsibilities of the Chief Information Security Officer. So that's the first form. The second form being supplement to the in-house CISO, meaning helping out with workload, helping move things along, helping to take care of some of the tasks and needs of the information security program. The third being an interim CISO. So handling the role, but more as just a filler until a full-time one can be hired. And the last being a CISO mentor. And a CISO mentor can be a short-term, it can be a long-term, but it's a relationship of really just being there as a sounding board, being there to give advice, being there to ask the right questions to the in-house CISO, and can be very, very helpful to new CISOs. It can be helpful to CISOs that really want to just move themselves up to the next level. But definitely a form that has lots of benefits. So our next question then is, how much does a virtual CISO cost? And really, it depends on the size and complexity and the level of service being delivered. So typically under $1 billion in assets at a financial institution, you're going to see the year one cost be somewhere between $30,000 up to $70,000. Typically, you're going to see the costs go down in year two because things have already been established, things have been set up, and you don't have the onboarding piece of that relationship to do. Over $1 billion, it's going to go up from there. Some as high as being over $120,000, $150,000 a year, depending on the needs and the level of involvement. But they're the same thing. Expect the cost to decrease in year two as that relationship has been established and the pieces have been put in place. Either way, we typically see a cost savings in going the virtual route as opposed to a conventional in-house CISO. So definitely a benefit in that way. I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more, you can always go download our vCISO white paper on the free resources page on our website, or you can email us at support@beadlesecurity.com. Thank you.